National political prognosticators are increasingly predicting a red wave in next year's midterm elections. A red wave just means they believe that the Republicans are going to win easily. Most predictions are the Republicans will easily take back the House and will probably win the Senate too. Political scientist Rachel Bitecofer, a Democrat, accurately predicted a blue wave for the Democrats in 2018. And now, according to her research, the Republicans will win big in 2022.
What are the odds of a red wave?
They're excellent.
The midterms are always about how the president is doing more than anything else. That's why this week, Tom Emmer, the chair of the Republican Congressional Campaign Committee, laid out a strategy for the midterms. The Republicans are going to attack the Democrats on rising crime, rising inflation, and the crisis at the border. You'll remember that even though Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump to become president in 2020, the Democrats surprisingly lost seats in the House of Representatives, and many Democratic members complained it was because rising crime and the defund the police movement. Virginia Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger was especially upset during a post-election Democratic conference call.
The number one concern and things that people brought to me in my that I barely read one was defunding the police.
And now that crime continues to rise, especially in Democratic cities where Democratic politicians defunded the police, the Republicans once again believe they have a potentially landslide issue. In Portland, homicides are up 500%. In Atlanta, they're up 58%. The list is long of Democratic cities where police budgets were cut and crime rose dramatically. Look, this is a real problem for the Democratic Party, and the leader of the Democratic Party, President Joe Biden, has desperately been trying to change the narrative, as he did once again at a CNN town hall in Cincinnati.
So then how do you respond to Republicans who try to paint you and your party as anti-police?
They're lying.
What about defunding the police, though? Because there's
no, I've never said defunding the police. Look.
Yes, that is true. Biden was never a proponent of defunding the police. But it's not true about the Democratic Party, because there were many members who were big proponents.
Yes, I support the defund movement.
Not only do we need to defund, but we need to dismantle and start anew.
Why use the word defund? Why use the word defund? And it's like, this is the word that's coming from the streets.
I am for defunding the police.
A moment to reimagine policing, to take things off the shoulders.
In many cities in America, over 1/3 of their city budget goes to police. So we have to have this conversation.
And they were just some of the Washington politicians. Democrats in every major city in the country not only supported defunding the police, they did it. The Democrats are going to have a real difficult problem trying to untether themselves from this toxic issue before the midterm elections, even though they're 16 months away. And if inflation keeps going up, and Americans keep seeing these pictures of a worsening crisis at the border, well, it's difficult to see how many Democrats in Congress will be able to avoid being swept out of office by quite possibly a red tidal wave. I'm Larry Menti. We'll talk again soon.